Welcome to your Monday Morning Pearl. I'm Steve Keck. Today, we're going to continue our conversation on the physics of sales. And today's physics law is Coulombs Law. Coulombs Law states that the force between two electrical charges reduces to a quarter of its value if you double the distance between them. And how this works out in sales is in your prospecting. The longer you take between connections to your prospect, the less value each communication is going to have in getting you the energy needed to close a sale. I'll give you an example. You meet someone in a networking group, they're very interested, they have a great response to your sales pitch as you're figuring out some solutions that might fit for them, and then you go silent. You get bogged down in doing some other work, closing a deal, working with some account management that you need to do, or just generally forgetting to put it back on your radar. And the longer the time goes between your connection to that prospect and the actual focused contact with them in the future, the less spark is available for you to be able to move them to a close. So when you're doing prospecting and you've established a good charge between you and your prospect, you need to establish a pretty solid cadence, assuming that the shorter the time between a good connection and the next one will increase the value and the charge needed to get you to the finish line. It's important for me to clarify that when you're building a cadence for a prospect, there's something different between a connection and a touch point. A touch point might be sending an email or giving them some more information, referring them to a case study, things like that. Those are touch points. Actual engagement, communication, connections is what I'm talking about, where the spark between you two generates some positive energy towards them deciding to do business with you. Again, Coulombs Law states that the force between two charged particles reduces to a quarter of its value when you double the distance between the connection. So it's imperative that you make sure those connection points are short and consistent. And we've all done it. We've had good relationships and you find that 2, 3, 4 months went by and you're like, oh man, I haven't connected to that person in forever. I need to do that. And then when you do, it's like pulling them back uphill to get back to the memory of the initial energy that you started with. So in order to keep that up, keep your connections close. Treat your pipeline with some physics, and you're going to get some success when it comes to getting to your Q2 goals. Keep the spark with your prospects. Use this as a rule of thumb to remind yourself to be diligent in making good connections with your prospects. And as always, if you want to have a conversation around building quality cadences into your sales teams, reach out to us. We would love to have a conversation. You can find us on our website or one of our social channels.